Do you ever think about that in pursuing a black man?
Oh yeah, I have. I mean, even when I was younger, the only thing I've really encountered is through my parents. You know, because my dad's black.
Mm.
Uh, we couldn't get help. We were sitting on the side of the road in the Mojave Desert, hot as hell, and nobody would help us because they saw that my dad was black. So I've encountered stuff like that. I mean, even my dad's side of the family, it took them a while to accept my mom. So, you know, I've been through some stuff. It's just, you know, I don't know. I do think about, you know, if we do get pulled over, what could happen. Because it's scary. It's, you know, what you see, that's everything that's going on.
So that's something you willingly take on, knowing the possibilities of the downfall of it, knowing the struggle rather that comes with it. You're saying it doesn't make you feel less. It doesn't sway your opinion of how you feel about what you prefer.
Correct.
Okay, that's dope. To that you say what, Mr. Banks?
I mean, I understand it because she was raised by a black man, right? But it still does not take away the fact of the reality she's actually living in. I don't care how many black men you be with. He's
Mhm.
never covered by your whiteness. That's the difference. He's in no situation you walk into a room with this black man, does your whiteness save him?
Hmm.
But the difference is he could take you to his hood and his blackness saves you. That's what we're not looking at. That's what
Okay,
nobody's thinking about.
okay. When you say his blackness is not covered by her whiteness, I'm wondering what's the privilege in it? Why are we looking at it? So you're saying it, but why would we look at it?
So if you just go look back in the last 5 years, and 5 years is not a long time span.
Hmm.
How many white men have you seen murdered by the police?
Hmm.
How many? That's why we got to think about it.
But just because we
We,
don't see it, they don't publicize white deaths like they do black deaths.
no, 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 no. See, we're not gonna curb it either.
I ain't
We
curving it. It's
no,
just what
no,
the
no, no, no,
media
no,
does.
no. We're talking about actual things you can see. We can't talk about what you don't see
I'm
because
telling
what
you
we
why you don't see it though. That's
no, no, but
important.
no, 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 no. If you understand the country that you live in, that you fought for, you know why you don't see it.
I know
Because
why I
they,
don't see it.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, because they would never publicize them against themselves.
Yeah, yeah,
Only
yeah.
only we do that as a
Right, right,
culture.
right.
Only we do that as a culture. Okay, so let's go back to the history of interracial relationships.
Hmm.
Uh, if people say, "Oh man, the white slave master was in the black girls for whatever reason," if you think about it, if you go into the '60s and the '70s, it was a thing of taboo. So us naturally, if you tell anybody on this platform right now, "Oh no, you can't do that," that's going to strike something in them to want to do it,
Hmm.
right? So I think the initial for me in my study of my people, the initial
Hmm.
for me, I read Eldridge Cleaver. For those who don't know, Soul on Ice. Eldridge Cleaver was the Black Panther that betrayed the Panthers. He said it plainly. He said, "Man, I targeted white women and dated white women because they told me I wasn't supposed to have them. It wasn't nothing to do with love."
Hmm.
Because for us to understand the true value of love is you have to understand everything that comes with that person, and that means their culture.
Hmm.
So, at what point in your life did Black America, white America, or whatever you are, what point did you get deep enough in their culture to understand it, to accept her wholly?
Many have. I know
No, no,
them
no.
only because I'm
Okay,
well
no, no.
traveled. No, that was a rhetorical question. I understand that,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm
I
I'm
get it,
saying
and,
it exists because
yeah,
I've
yeah. I know
watched
it
it happen.
exists.
Yeah,
It exists, but on a
it's just
very
not widely
minute.
spread. It's
Yeah,
not
it
widely spread.
exists. It exists on a very minute, small number
Yeah.
when we look at the totality of what's going on.
Mm.
Uh, I've, for my personal experience, I just say this right. I've slept with a few white women. I've never dated a white girl in my life, and it's not because I have things against white people, because a white woman saved my life.
Mm.
So it's not that I have something against white women or white people. It's just I know culturally things are different. And I know me as a man, I'm not going to stifle my love to a color thing. I just don't, I just haven't been put in the place, and I'm well traveled, Jay. You know it. I just haven't been put in the place where I could be submerged into that culture to embrace it, to be able to protect myself, protect this woman, then protect these kids that we have.
So what
See,
you're
it's a
saying
lot.
is you don't trust it enough to indulge in it fully.
I can
So
agree
so
with
you're
that.
saying there's a trust issue
Okay.
there
When
where
you
you
say you see older people, like where you sit in Sam's Club, Walmart, when you see older people together, laughing, smiling, and happy, have you ever seen an interracial relationship at this age you're speaking of? Have you ever?
yes.
Okay,
Okay, so this
I've
is what I
never seen
no, no,
I,
I'm
on Marcus Dwayne. I have never seen that.
but you not the first person to say that. Before I did this show tonight, my partner sitting next to me. He was at my crib. You
Mm-hmm.
know the vibes. You been here.
Right, right.
He's sitting on that same couch you done sat on. He said, bro, I cannot name one interracial relationship right now to
I,
save my life. He
I'm
said, I
like,
don't know.
Carl,
He said, I don't know how you finna do this show because I ain't seen it. Not no elders.
I ain't never seen it. Like Carl, I done been around the world and the moon.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I got a question. So I wanted to backtrack a little bit, Carl, to where you said that a white woman cannot protect a black man from his black, whatever the hell you said, his blackness, but a black man can protect a white woman when she go to the hood. And I think the scenario was being pulled over or whatever the case may be, correct?
No.
So my
Whatever scenario you put on it,
so
we'll address it as we go.
I'm gonna put that scenario on it. So why can y'all not protect each other? Because I done been in a car with a black man when he got pulled over, and I'm the one who spoke to the officer to make sure all that was good, even before he spoke to him. So if you speaking to your homeboys in the hood, like, this is my girl, whatever, you know what I'm saying, don't fuck with it, blah, blah, blah. Why can you not, if you're in a relationship, why do y'all not have the same respect for each other to protect each other? And why do you feel like
Okay,
you can't protect each other?
it's not about because if we're in a relationship with her, we're going to try to cover her with everything we know how to cover her with, regardless of her skin color. What I'm saying is this: because the system is a white system, it's nothing that you can do. And look at yourself. See, you put yourself in it. You don't look like a Caucasian woman
That's why I
on
was laughing
appearance.
earlier when she said
You
they
you
called her a
on
white girl
I'm
in
yeah yeah.
school.
Don't act
You see
like
what I'm saying?
what?
So that
my
Hold
my
on.
it says I'm white.
20, 20,
I'm Mexican and Polish.
20.
okay, but let me say this though, right? What your birth certificate say, that's not what people encounter when they encounter you. They encounter when they look at you and your pigmentation don't give out Caucasian. So of
So
course, smartly, if you in that car and you feel like you can talk better, you get that pass because you don't look like it. But a white woman could never cover me if I'm pulled over in the car with her and these white officers come up. She don't have that ability to protect me from them. She don't. You know why I know? Cheese. You know, I'm gonna tell you why I know. I've been in the
Oh, I know.
courtroom.
I want to know
I've
what you
been
got.
in the courtroom. I've been in the courtroom. When I tell you a white woman saved my life, she did. And you know how much hell she caught for doing it.
I can imagine.
But she couldn't save it when they was arresting me, when they tried to attempt to take my life, she couldn't save me then. I had to go sit in a box
Hmm.
and pay a whole bunch of bread
Yeah.
for her to save me. And if my money wasn't right, she wouldn't have thought about saving me.
And look, that's where it comes in on upbringing. You see what I'm saying? Because me and you gonna deal with the police different than what Steve Urkel gonna deal with them. You see what I'm
Right.
We're gonna have different feelings, we're gonna have different opinions, we're gonna have different we probably got niggas locked up for 20, 25. If the police pull you over and you with a Caucasian female, it's worse than if you was in the car by yourself black.
Exactly.
This conversation as a whole, I just think is very, very deep. especially based off of the time that we're living in. Of course, I know Carl know me. I know you. I don't know. I know Sabrina. I don't know y'all, but I'm like, but y'all can vouch for us as a whole. We come from a place of purity. We're trying to purity and transparency. We
Mhm.
ain't got nothing, no color, no nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We coming from
Right.
of purity, you know what I mean, and transparency to help understand, because that's what you got it for, right?
that's why we here.
Why
That's
we
why we
here,
here
and we just telling you from our point of view. You know what I
to
mean?
to
I don't
learn from each other.
see color. I don't even see color in general. We're talking about as far as a relationship and where we. I'm 40 years old.
Yeah.
I done dealt with all walks of life. You see what I'm saying? From the projects to the military to, you know what I mean, to Dubai, everything. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be as transparent as I can based off my own experiences with relationships, even friendships. Not just relationships, even friendships. Cause I got a whole lot of Caucasian friends, foreign friends, mixed friends, but we can't escape the reality of what we walking in.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I want Jen to be comfortable here because this is not an emotional thing. This is a
No,
time that we
no.
need to use our brains and communicate as adults and as transparent as possible. If it sounds fucked up, I can't be worried about your feelings.
Right.
It just sounds fucked up, but this is where we at in
Yeah.
life. And only way it gets better if we say, hey, from my side, this how it look, but what does it look like from your side? And then we find the happy medium, right?
They,
Right.
yeah.
So that's why I'm asking Miss Jen to speak now. Like from what you've heard, baby girl, what are we thinking? What do you got over there for us?
I mean, he's right about the car
And
situation.
Miss Lindsay, I want you to follow behind Miss Jen. I'm sorry, Miss Jen. Continue.
No, I'm saying, it is true about pulled over because if you got a white cop that don't like racial couples, it's gonna be the situation is gonna be worse if he was by himself.
So you agree with your whiteness can't cover a black man's blackness in certain situations.
Correct. I guess depending on who it is.
Yeah, yeah. In
Yeah.
circumstances depend,
Right.
right? But do you agree with also that maybe he could take you to the hood and in all circumstances, because he made it a blanket statement. He said in all circumstances, if y'all were dating hypothetically, if you were dating Mr. Banks, if you're dating Mr. Banks, he could take you to the hood. Do you feel like you could be covered by his blackness in every situation that nobody will fuck with you based off his name and who he is?
Yeah. I've had that before.
I'm gonna
Okay.
In Baltimore.
So Mr. Banks ain't wrong with what he's saying, and he didn't say nothing that's supposed to be emotional. He just said, this is what life offered us,
I
and this
think
is the world we live in
I think
today.
that's easy.
Right.
Say what, Cheese?
I think that's easy because
Well, it's easy for who? Everybody ain't experienced that.
okay, you're right. You're right. Okay, for to add prevalence to that, if she's mine and we're going where I'm going, they anybody ought to know that they gonna have to deal with me if they try her. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
Especially if it's if it's the community where I'm from. It does not necessarily work the same in the community where she's from. She's gonna have to work way harder. She's got to work way harder in her community for me to be accepted than I would have to work in my community.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I get.
That's all.
Okay, Miss
Uh,
Lindsay, from hearing this and dealing with all the black men you dealt with, right?
Hmm.
Has there been an experience where you was just like, oh no, his name don't ring loud enough for me to be standing next to him because I'm being affected by his problems.
No, not at all. If anything, I could say like the type of person I am. For I affect them. So it's like being in the car, they're gonna probably shoot me first. That's just
God
being.
damn, Lindsay, what the fuck you been doing in the
Well,
hood?
I'm just
The
saying, like
police
they probably
goes.
gonna be like, "Fuck you,
No,
man."
it's because y'all.
God damn, Liz.
Yeah, right.
If the police go shoot you in Clarksville before the black man, what the
Yeah,
fuck
You
are
got
you on the
going on.
run right now?
No, she's dead ass. She is dead ass because y'all ain't used to dealing with aggressive women.
Yeah. It's
Who
just like
And
I
y'all?
feel like
Who?
nobody has a right
Mm.
to be racist. Like nobody has the right to be racist. Like
I come
First of all,
from a family full of police officers. My daddy a police officer.
oh
So I know how to handle situations like that. But I also understand, what's been going on in the world today, but you can't count every single police officer as profiling as, they're racist. You can't do that. It's not
yeah,
true. There's good police officers out there.
you're
You
right.
may not get one, but that's just,
how
and
many
again,
I know that.
how many police officers gonna risk their job for my skin color though? Because they got to deal. Yeah, you're right. It is good police officers, very good police officers. But that same police officer got to go back and deal with them bullshit ass police officers. So is they gonna put they self and their job on the line because of my skin color or our relationship? 9 times out of 10, no sir.
Wait, Miss Keon said that's all cap, Big Brina.
she
She
all
said, no, that's a stereotype. This is the
Uh,
main reason we
They
have a
gotta get
problem with
mad.
y'all. Hold on. She said, this is the main reason we have a problem with y'all. I need to pull the comment up right quick. She said, that's all cap. That's a stereotype. This is the main reason we have a problem with y'all dating white women. It can't never just be y'all preference. It's always the black women's fault. Why a black man dating a white woman?
Who
Come on,
said that?
fam. Your mom is black. I guess she was talking about you, Cheese,
Oh,
cause wasn't nobody talking but you and motherfucking Brenda.
what did I say?
I can.
They made her to say that.
Well, Mr. Mike Harris said if it ain't snowing, he ain't going, man. He need him a white woman. You hear me? And so preference is a thing. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't snowing, he ain't fucking going, man.
at the end of the day, stand on what you stand on.
He
Like
still
color,
said he love his black women though.
stand on what you stand on.
He said, Mr. Mike said, I love my black women, but y'all do too much nowadays. He don't like fighting with y'all. And I think that's just a matter of character and
Most
people we
definitely.
meet. I
That's
think it's the
cap.
woman you meet. I don't think it come with color. Well, I can't even say that no more because culture comes with who you raised around, right? So, like you were saying, I was raised in the projects. A Poindexter ain't gonna experience what the projects had to go through, right? So if we're saying right now, if we're being honest, and this is me just being transparent, if we're being honest, I can't tell you what waking up on them project steps is like as opposed to waking up in my 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom house with both of my parents, and then you got the little kid that had to rob to get some shoes, and his daddy wasn't there, and his mama was a crackhead. She a baser. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I can't tell you what that kid was like because my life was different, right? I
Mm-hmm.
hung with the guys that did it. I did it for my time. It wasn't for me, but I was smart enough to understand it wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's guys in the game that's fucking the game up because it ain't for them, but they want to be cool. We know them guys. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't. I denounce knowing anybody of the such.
No, 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 no. Cause we ain't gonna get into this, but I'm gonna say one word that bring all the motherfucking hood, street, drug dealer, whatever you want to name for the hood, that bring them all together on the same topic, which is snitch. Definition of it and the code of it all, right? We understand it for what it is, but then we got this new culture of
Six
the
nine
civilian snitched. He a
Now
civilian. That's
civilian can't
impossible.
snitch.
It's impossible. He supposed
can
to
be
call the
called.
police.
Yeah.
She supposed to call the police. But I'm just saying, it shouldn't even be an argument, should it? Because they shouldn't even be mixing. They shouldn't even be mixing in the same pots. But here we go. This is why they mix. Because everybody connected somehow. You might be affiliated because you're a family member of the gangbangers or the drug dealers or the street dudes or the you just might be solid as fuck because you're a family member. This is my first cousin. We like brothers, and I've known him 42 years because we both 42 years old. Right?
Right. I'm from the
And the
suburbs.
moment he called the police, now the whole gang like, nah, we gotta get rid of him. The fuck you mean? You know too much.
Mm.
No, fact is, I didn't get put on. I ain't in that lifestyle. I didn't go on no missions. Y'all just came back and told me about it. I kept quiet till they put the pressure on me. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to swallow, but the truth is ugly sometimes. So now I won't go down that rabbit hole. But my point to that was I think it's a lot of picking and choosing about who's supposed to be where. And if we real deal minded ourselves, governed ourselves in a better manner.
I
I
can
don't
agree
think
with that
nobody
to an
else,
extent.
I don't think nobody else will be able to penetrate as deep
And,
as they could. Let me hear you, Mr. Banks and Cheese, come right behind him. Let's go.
All right,
Wait a
I
minute.
don't want to
Pause.
change.
Stop. Pause.
what is Keon talking about?
Pause. We'll get to her because she on
What
shit
is
right
he
now.
talking about?
Really want her on here, but uh I really want her on here. She ain't accepted the goddamn invite. Send Keon that invite. So Miss Jen, did we get all of your point out to what Mr. Banks was talking about?
Yeah.
We did. I didn't want to disrespect you, Miss Cable. We got out what you needed to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Big Bree, are you stuck with any thoughts over there, ma'am?
Hell yeah, but that's a whole other
No,
episode.
no, no. Kill me with it. Come on
That's a
here.
whole nother episode.
Be-
No, Big Bree. We
because
don't shut up
everything
about
is
nothing.
being put look, everything is being put into okay.
Make it
No,
quick.
nobody else speaking up. And I don't live both lives. Okay. So it's like
Hold on. Both sides.
I'm cool in any fucking hood I go to. So some of these things I can't relate to, maybe I'm not black. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? The way I talk and things like that can relate to that culture. So I don't understand why certain things are being said because there's always certain situations that you're gonna go through, whether you're black, white, Mexican, whatever. It's always everybody.
Pause 5 seconds, baby. I'm gonna let you get all that off. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna welcome to the stage Miss Candice, our black queen coming in here to bless us with her presence. Uh Go ahead, Big Brainer. What you saying, baby?
I was on a roll and I forgot now.
Okay,
Okay, you were
can I
saying you
interject
got
and say
tired
No,
of
this?
some shit.
okay,
I,
Carl. You caught everything I said because you was shaking your head. But okay, hold on. I kind of remember a little bit.
Okay, let's go.
What I'm saying was, it's always going to be something with somebody, no matter what your race is. Right now, we're playing on the black card, okay? And I could like, I'm not saying that in an ugly way. And I know we're not supposed to say that on this
What
podcast,
I
but
just told you. We ain't
and
apologizing for shit.
saying
State
it,
your point. If
yeah.
they tender dicks, get off of here.
Okay. So I say that I'm white, but I also say that I'm Mexican. Y'all say, oh, you don't look like you white. So if I was in the car with you and you were white, it'd be a different situation. I'm Mexican and you black and we in a car and like, shouldn't that
We
be,
up Shit's Creek.
should it be,
Bottom line, we up
you know
Shit's Creek.
but in all
that's what I said.
because you
It's over with.
don't know how to talk. You must not know how to talk because every single time I've been in that
Oh
situation,
God.
I haven't got out of the situation, speeding or not, without a ticket, and I'm not even the one driving.
Okay,
Okay.
can I
Hold on,
speak
Carl.
now?
Let me say something, Carl. Please.
Wait a
Let me say
minute. We got Mr.
let me say something.
Cheese, Mr. Banks. You can follow him. Miss Jen, you follow Mr. Banks. But I need Miss Candice on this platform. What we doing? What we
Go on, let her
doing?
in here.
Miss Candice, let her in.
Damn, I
Let her
forgot what the
in.
fuck I was gonna
I
say.
already know Big Baby
You
coming
need
with
You
it.
got free this
Hey,
time, Sabrina.
hey, I'm gonna
I
tell you,
forgot
Miss
what the
Candice.
fuck I was
I'm gonna
gonna
tell
say.
y'all. Hey, before we even get started, Miss Candice was on my ass before the show started, so I know she coming in
well,
here.
y'all thought I had
She
titties
ain't
Okay,
bar
let me
none.
just say this. Let me just say this. Let me bring it general. Let me
Come
bring
on,
it general.
Cheese.
Let me
Come
bring
on,
it
Cheese.
general because I understand what Sabrina's saying. We might feel like we playing a black card or whatever the case may be. But we're most definitely fucking black. And number one thing is, I done been in the Air Force, right? Okay, boom. We had a conversation about like you know races, money, woo. What I learned in the Air Force, bro, and I'm sure you went through the same thing. When you get out of basic, you see all walks of life, right?
it's a melting pot.
It's a melting pot. Everybody got the same amount of money. Everybody got the same rank. So really, it's based off of like it's based off of all energy. Your friend, all energy, all vibes. Your friends, your relationships, your circles is based off of all energy, all vibes. Right? All right,
Yeah.
boom. When you get out of base, and plus everybody got on the same clothes, you don't know how nobody dressing.
At,
Everybody
at,
got, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. So boom, when you get out of basic, and say the black dude got gold teeth, and he's sagging, and he with a foreign girl, she got on cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. Do you think that's gonna be different? It's gonna automatically don't even answer that. Don't because you thinking
no,
too much.
I am going to
It's
answer.
already different. It's already different though.
It's gonna be a stereotype when you first look, but when you speak, what comes out of your mouth?
Hold on, rewind. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Y'all been dealing with each other probably all through basic, all through school. Y'all been speaking. Y'all been talking. Soon as y'all walk out the dorm, and y'all can dress like y'all want to dress. That's a natural stereotype, right? We human,
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
carry yourself and how do you speak? Because nowadays in the world, people can have a neck tattoo, a face tattoo, and everything, and be the most sophisticated motherfucker that you'll ever meet.
You didn't
But
hear
no,
what I said.
they
You didn't hear
open
what
it.
I said. I thought, Jermaine, do I have the floor? Yes or no?
You don't have the floor.
Yes.
You have the floor. Check.
No, because you ain't talking about nothing, bro.
Go go ahead. I'm
I'm
done.
trying to tell you. I'm telling you. We've been talking through all basic. We've been talking through all school. We good. We fuck around and get married for real because of our energy. We're not basing this off of money. We're not basing this off of nothing. But I fuck with you. Our energy is dope. You know what I'm saying? Been there, done and read the book. Then boom, I walk out with cowboy boots and a cowboy hat on. You walk out with a sundress, whatever the case may be, it's automatic judgment and stereotype. We are human. We are not exempt to that. We are not exempt to judgment. It sounds good on paper, yeah. But do you want to bring a dude? Does that fit you? A dude that's great, that's got on cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. You done talk to him for 6 months. You clearly love him. Then you see how just how he dressed. That's all you see is how he dressed.
If
And then
I love him,
instantly you change. Instantly you're gonna change, bro.
I'm like, baby, you look crazy as hell.
Okay, pause.
And he like,
Pause.
All right,
Pause.
hey, I gotta
Everybody
go.
pause.
hey,
Okay, I'm gonna get off here.
Miss Miss
All right.
Cable. Miss Cable, say your last thing before you go, baby. What
Yeah,
was
I
your
just want to
thoughts?
say, I'm a point in my life where black or white don't matter. I'm not going for anybody
I
until
mean
I
Asian or
about my
whatever. It was
listen,
it was in a
Asian,
relationship.
anybody, any interaction, any relationship. I'm gonna work on myself. I got to get myself all the way 100. So
Man,
I don't got a preference right now either. Like unless you got a whole
Oh,
lot of
you a damn lie. You said earlier, Asians, that's all cap. You said
well,
Asians
anybody got
got
a
little
preference?
Vienna sausages and you ain't doing it because you agree with them. So you're
most
lying.
likely I will probably
it's
it,
a you want me to
I
go to
don't
black?
know. I'm not my thoughts ain't even there right now. Like whenever like people try to hit me up all the time, like black, white, whatever Asian. I don't think an Asian person ever try to get at me. But everybody in my inbox, like I tell them the same thing because I started responding. Like I'm not looking for a relationship, and they're like, I'm not really what you want because I don't even know what the fuck that I can offer you guys.
So
I ain't really got
is
shit.
it okay for a man to just say I want sex a few
It's
times?
okay, but you ain't gonna get it from me because it ain't. I'm not. I don't have nothing to offer.
That's crazy. I don't believe that's cap. Miss
What?
Cable, we're gonna do
Good.
a whole new
No,
show another time on that. The
Yeah.
inbox. I'ma
I'm
just
always
name the show the inbox, okay?
inbox. Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
I'ma name the show the inbox. Matter of fact, we doing that shit next week, so you don't fucking forget.
All
The
right. Invite
inbox is
me.
next week.
All right.
I
Invite
love
me.
you,
Y'all,
baby
I
girl.
love
Thank you
y'all.
for
Have a
showing
good
up.
night and
hey Jay.
have me on the
You've been a
show.
blessing,
no
man.
inbox.
All right. Nice.
Come on in. Come on
I ain't
in,
in no
Mr.
inbox.
Banks.
All right.
Hey, well, just to be
Okay,
clear,
so this is my thing, right? I think that first that we need to start trying to heal collectively as wholes and start learning how to embrace other cultures and other people before anybody can have a successful interrelational relationship as a whole. I'm not saying they don't exist, but they exist in such a small facet. because you got a lot of grandkids that never met their grandparents because this
Facts.
white girl then went and dated this black man or however you go. And if it's not just white and black, it's Asian, it's whatever. But what we got to understand in this country, if you're melanated, most of us melanated people suffer the same type of consequences in different forms. So why I wanted to speak, because I wanted to bring my people back together as a collective to a point that we could focus on the real issue, and the real issue is us as a whole at a deeper conversation, not about what a motherfucker dick look like, not about that, not about this. It's about if you really do love this person from a different background than you, then you have to think about if y'all go procreate and make kids,
This
the
is why
life
I'm
that you're
here.
gonna the life that you're gonna have, that your kids are gonna be exposed to. I'm 41. Like, Cheese, I know, like, we didn't travel, we didn't done a lot. I've done a lot in life. So what I do now in life is never for me. It's for everything that comes after me. So I
100%.
can't
Yeah.
no hurt person go give no efficient love to nobody, no matter what color they are.
On
So it's
God.
the thing about healing. And then what you got to strip away is everything that society has put on you. Society has put on you, if you're in $100,000 house, a $200,000 house, a $50,000, we start classing each other by that. Do you know it's people that don't have a house to be in?
I got Miss Candice
Okay,
on here. Hey, y'all don't know how
so
hard
let
it
me
is to
speak.
get her on camera, babe. What the fuck?
I
But
can't
All
wait
right.
to
hurry
see
up.
what
So
Candace
Come
got to
on, Mr.
say.
Banks.
let, so let me speak this. Let me speak this, and then I'll love to hear what Miss Candace has to say.
Oh, she on y'all ass. I just
I
want to tell
second
And
y'all
I
that.
Okay,
that
am.
listen.
right now.
Look,
Don't
I
look,
don't.
look,
second
look,
that.
And I
I
am.
can't.
look,
My
Of
look, look, look,
voice.
course.
look.
I am
Okay,
here.
okay.
The
Look at
the
this,
Queen
right?
Mother of Wakanda is here.
Okay, so
Oh, oh, oh,
Oh
oh.
Lord.
I'm here.
let
In
let's just
Clarksville and anywhere else,
I
you're
mean,
gonna be
look,
mad, man. Because
hold
I'm
on.
bringing the people that's gonna big speak. You understand me? You understand me? I'm bringing the people that's gonna big speak.
Are you mad at me,
And who? Mad at who?
ooh.
Carl?
No,
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 we
Sabrina,
love you,
Sabrina,
baby. What you talking about?
We mad.
Sabrina,
We mad that you got
Sabrina.
dressed for
I
the
can't.
Inquirer. Get on here.
I'm. Yeah,
Hold
I'm
on.
not the
Hold on.
man that know how to carry anger in my heart no more. It was a time in my life that I did. Nothing you could do but make you. You can never make me mad. You
I
Yeah.
could never make me mad. I'm here to
Nah.
no.
inspire you.
And the only reason I keep bringing them
You
back
need
is because he got with the slogan. We lead with love and respect, first and foremost. I don't care if we call you Cap, baby. I love you at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? If we say we you capping, that's just how we feel. Nothing to do with you.
but
Nothing to do with you. You're
happen though.
allowed to feel exactly how you feel. So here's what I know. Each and every one of y'all is special to me because y'all bring something I could never. Y'all bring something I could never. I'm shaped the way I am by my experiences and vice versa, right?
Well, thank you for allowing me to engage. First of all, I want to say that I am a very intentional person, just like he stated. I'm not here to judge, I am here to educate. So if you are a white person or any other person of non color, not here to learn, not here to listen, but here to argue, either way, I'm ready for you. But I really want to move forward the conversation as a Black woman that see this all the time. Just like I forget your the dude with the nice beard. What's your name? I forget his name, but he had all the right things to say.
I
Banks.
got a nice beard, but she talking about Banks. I don't
I'm,
like
I'm
his
talking
Well, I
beard.
about
said my beard is
because
okay.
Banks.
It's
Yeah,
likable.
what the
I
fuck
don't
is
Man,
know.
wrong?
you in the game, Cheese. You in the game.
You had
Oh,
you
but
had
we got
you
the
had all the
mediocre
real
beard.
factual things to stay on track because this is why this conversation needs to be had because it's so much going on. But I always want to speak on this because I feel like Black women get left out of the conversation, and that's the problem. That is the problem. And I don't care how people look at me. I don't care who let you in, who made you feel like you comfortable. Is get uncomfortable because this is where you're going to actually move the needle. If you got mixed kids, mixed friends, you need to be engulfing yourself in education, and education don't stop in the classroom because first of all, American education never taught us anything other than slavery, Martin Luther King, and Rosa Parks. You don't know nobody outside of that, and that is exactly why I don't trust any white woman that isn't Jane Elliott. And if you don't know who that is, that's a problem, and you're dating Black people. You need to engulf yourself in the education of learning the entire Black diaspora, because I keep hearing people, oh, if they're Spanish, if they're this. Black people are everywhere. We were the first people here. We are the blueprints. There is not a footprint, a track, anything musically, creatively, education wise that we did not have some type of part in. So let's give credit where it's due. So when I hear Black men say, oh, Black women do the most, but you find the most, let's just use the lack of better terms, ghetto white girl to be with. Why don't white people want to be white anymore? Why they wearing weed? Why they getting their lips injected? Why they going to get extra tan skin? You just said you don't want a Black woman, but you go get a white girl that damn near want to die to be Black. But as you stated before, with the uncomfortable conversation about getting pulled over, they not willing to die by it. We see this every day when these Black men are crying in the street. These women are crying in the street. I live in the state of Texas, and this Black boy got sodomized by these white kids. And guess who was at the school? Black people. So if you are for the movement, you want to be in the culture, you got to be in the problems too, because that's where the solutions come from. Because if we really want to be truthful about it, racism came from white people. So when people be like, oh, they pulling the Black card, you gave me the Black card. You did. Your people, your grandparents. So just like you said, sitting up here talking about some, oh, well, it doesn't matter if my parents, yes, it does matter. Because you're teaching your children that it's okay to be discriminated against because of who they are. So if you're not going to learn about their culture, about who they are, who they're going to be, how they're going to be able to live in this reality, baby, I'm in corporate America all day. I don't trust white women in a project that I work on, that I'm ahead of. You know why? Because you weaponize your tears. You weaponize your problems. You weaponize your privilege. And if I don't like you at work, now I'm unagreeable. I'm angry. I'm this, that, and the third. But if a white girl gets in some place, presents herself with the same level of confidence, oh, she's a badass. I love working with her. She's so inspirational. But if I do it, I'm too passionate. I'm angry. I have a Black son. And if any one of you, your children want to see my son, you best believe I got to know you're an ally, but outside of what it looks like, outside of, oh, he dressed nice, oh, he looked nice, oh, he played basketball. No, baby, what your grandparents gonna say when I walk up in this house?
Don DeMarco.
What your grandmama's gonna say? If you don't know how to talk to me, if you don't know how to talk to my son, you don't need to be in my space, breathing my air, talking to anybody in my family. And that's how I feel. And I don't hate anybody, because let me tell you something. My mom was married to my father, who was a Black man, got a divorce, married a white man. And when I tell you that white man accepted us, he knew about us. If somebody said something derogatory to us, he was going to be first in line, because that's how you do it. That's how you do it. When he came to my job to welcome me or bring me flowers or something, people were like, who is that? That's my dad. Because that's how I treated him, because I was also his daughter. Because he got on the front lines with me. You have a problem with me, you got a problem with him. And I don't see enough of that. I see only, oh, he got a big dig. Oh, I like the way he dressed. He a rapper. He this, he that. Baby, if you're not ready to get into the problems, if you're not going to get into the solutions, if you are not going to at least educate yourself and swallow your pride to take your children to a Black salon to get their damn hair done, stop procreating with our people. There's too much information out here right now that is literally abundantly ready for you. And as much as people can look up who to get their nails done with, their hair done with, you can't even look up who can comb through your child hair. That is emotional abuse. You can go on TikTok right now. There's a string of videos, if you don't believe me, talking about how it is to be raised by white women who gaslighted them, microaggressions, did not care to learn how to do their hair, called them nigger with a hard ER, allowed their family to do so, and it's not right. I'm off you. If you're gonna love us, love all of it, and that means the problems and everything else that come with it. That's all I wanted to say. Continue educating yourself. I feel like when I grew up, from being a military, I grew up with everybody, which is so also another thing that I don't understand is how I grew up with everybody, but usually been in a lot of predominantly white spaces. But I've never considered myself or even tried to acclimate to being white. But as soon as somebody date a black man, all of a sudden you got a little extra going on with you. You got a little attitude now. Now you doing this and you doing that. Your mother's name is
I feel like you got a story, Candice. Come on with it.
No, I just don't understand how they
No, stop. Tell me the story. What is
the
brewing?
story is the same. I'm sick of white women cosplaying black women. Be
No, I'm saying,
yourself.
what experience have you
Be
had
yourself.
that one of them got out of pocket? What's the
Well, I
story?
mean, I've had recent one get out of pocket, and when I tried to check her, she blocked me because she did not want to listen. And again, you're a white woman, you have white skin, you have white privilege, and I don't care how you grew up. I don't care if you were poor. I don't care if you didn't have both parents. Baby, at the end of the day, if it comes to shoot me or you, they gonna pick me.
Okay.
And no one will ever say anything to you about that. I'm gonna be me regardless. I can go into work with natural hair. I straighten it out. They're going to treat me differently because they're going to be like, "Oh, I love your hair so much more like that." You're not going to get somebody going up to you, petting you like you're some type of animal. But I am, because that's what I use. Let me keep it a buck. When I was in college, guess where I worked? At Hooters, where a whole bunch of who are white women. Where I've had white men tell me, "Oh wow, your parents breed well."
Not in Texas.
Not in Texas.
Nah.
Never lying away, boy.
Not
Okay, okay, Miss Candice.
Miss Candice. So Miss Tamara said Candice is absolutely correct. She's not angry.
She is correct.
That's just the way it is, basically. She's saying there's just so much more than attraction. But what I want to say is to the commenters, if you didn't catch on, I understand that I say things in a way that you don't catch it sometimes. But I was asking her those questions for the ones that weren't catching on because of her delivery, right?
right.
Delivery throws a lot of people off sometimes. If
It
you
does, but
are aggressive,
it's not in my ministry to coddle whiteness anymore.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah, yeah.
happy that the conversation is where we don't have to. We were literally conditioned to literally respect and allow you to just basically make decisions for us and talk over us. It's no, not over here. I absolutely want to educate you to do better with black people without making it seem like you can just be in with black people.
Please.
I just want us to do better. If you have mixed children, listen, the world is going to turn extra tan by 2040, 2050. Loving black people, understanding black people, understanding black diaspora. Educate yourselves. It's not going to happen in the classroom. You have to pick up a book. You got to listen to a black person's experience without your feelings, without your all of that. And another thing is black people can't be racist, but we can be prejudiced. And I'm going to end on that note.
Say, Mr.
I was more so speaking to her, but I guess I can just speak without her there. But I do kind of, I do, and this may ruffle some feathers, but as far as the cosmetics, as far as she was saying, lip fillers, why people want to get lip fillers, go tanning, get weave in their hair, blah, blah, blah. First off, let me say this is my real hair. But I do have to say though that technically black people go and get weave as well, which is like you said, maybe Brazilian, maybe Hispanic. So I think it's something on both sides. To each his own. If you want some weave in your hair, get some weave in your hair. I never have knocked anybody from color or whatever they are. If you want to tan, baby, I tan once a year, and that's because I'm Mexican and Polish, and in the wintertime I'm white as hell. Okay, so I want a little tan to my skin. I'm sorry. Excuse me, I'll go to the tanning booth. I don't look at these things as, color wise. I'm not trying to be black. I want a little tan to my skin, baby. I'm Mexican. Yeah, I turn white in the winter. Again,
I think we all have the ability to start making great changes in our society as a whole, but we got to understand where each person comes from. You don't have to accept it, you don't have to agree with it, but you have to lend some type of understanding to it. It's amazing how when the audience seen a black woman speak with passion, it was automatically received as anger. That's what society has done to us as black as a whole. When we become compassionate about ourselves and about what we believe in, because it's not taught to us in a lot of mainstream, especially not in the American school system, then we become the angry black man, the angry black woman. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you don't get to speak it enough, or it's not being spoken enough, or people don't hear it enough, they perceive it the wrong way.